What's up, everybody? It's your girl Erica from the Classy Climb blog. Please do me a big old favor and hit that like button, smash it, drop your city and state so I can know where to plan my events and plan my tours. Give me a break on the light because I will have more light by the time I stop at my other location, and I'll turn the big light on so you guys can see me as I wait on the food to be done because my family didn't want to get up and go to Carrabba's, so I gotta go pick the delivery up. Okay, so here's the thing: playing the game to win. That is the title of this video. It's important that y'all understand that title, and if you get it, push hashtag play the game. Now, what is play the game? A lot of times people will do what? Play the game enough to do what? Get a car. Play the game enough to get a credit card. Play the game enough to get something and then kind of retreat back to regular habits and activities. But what I'm trying to get y'all to do is play a bigger game. What is play the game? So, a little issue, a lot of people will say, well, Erica, I tried to get a truck and they wouldn't give me a truck because of my credit or this or that. And I usually ask them several questions. I go, do you have a CDL? No. Do you have this or that? Nah. Do you make a certain amount of money? Nah. I said, well, what would make a company give you a loan for a big vehicle like that? Because you got to play the game, right? It's got to make sense to them. The numbers have got to add up. The math has to make a little sense. And 90% of the time, a lot of these dealerships and people think you're just some woman or a man or a cousin or a brother buying a truck so that old boy can drive it. So really what they're trying to catch you in is like, well, let's see if we can catch them in a lie, because they probably got their brother driving this truck, and that's how they're going to make money. Because they can't fathom that you, just one person, could be doing a bigger game. All right? And that's why you have to make sure you're playing the game right, so that when I talk to you guys about LLCs and office addresses and all stuff, you just got to push the paper enough so that it looks like you're playing the game. So many times people say, well, I tried to get approved for this or that, and they just wouldn't go for it. And I go, okay, where's your business address? Where's your business on the business directories? Where's your business phone number? Where's your business fax number? What's your business website? Just a simple one pager. They ain't got none of those. They got none of those. There's several videos I want y'all to go back and look and see where I talk about credit, where I talk about business credit, and people in the comment section were literally fighting me. No, you ain't got to do all that. A virtual office will work just fine. You can do office. And then I go, how much money do you have? How many lines of credit do you have? Because again, you have to start correcting where people are telling you something, and then you ask them for the answer, and then they disappear. Again, this is people. There's a saying like where somebody's cheap and someone's frugal. Now, frugal is someone who's good with their money. Maybe they don't make a lot. Maybe some old people who are frugal. They cut coupons here and there, and they're frugal with their money. Cheap is that mofo you just don't like, because they try to find a shortcut to. Got that cousin like, nah, I want all waters with lemons in them and some sugar. Bring some sugar packets. So, brother, you want lemonade? Nah. I want water with lemons and lots of sugar packets at the table. For no reason. It don't make no sense. Cheap is always, to me, a shortcut. Cheap to me is where you're like, I got the money, but I want to be cheap about this shit. How can I do basically nothing? How can I get it for less? All the time, instead of an expansion theory mindset, right? Because the mental capacity you use to try to scrunch and figure out and do all this math, you could have been paid and went on about your damn business, okay? And that's what a lot of you are doing. You're not being strategic. You're not being frugal. You're being cheap. You want to make $1 million or get $100,000 to $150,000 in funding, but you want to make no skin in the game. Now, I'm in a couple different groups, and I've even run into some of y'all in some of those groups, which makes my heart happy, because that means you're actually spending money and you're out here investing in yourself. So I'm cool with that. I like that. And again, the guy says the same thing I've said over and over. And you know what it is? I feel like it's because he's a white guy who's in his young 20s with abs and he's getting on private planes. He says it so it's sexy. And literally, old boy literally is like, what's your personal credit look like? Every call, he's asking people, what's your personal credit look like? How is your personal credit looking? Is it shaped up? Is it this? And you can feel the resistance in the phone calls where people have paid thousands of dollars to be in these groups. And they are even resisting him after paying thousands of dollars. Like, well, isn't it separate? Isn't business and personal credit separate? Yes, but you want to start 10 brand new LLCs with bad personal credit and think the banks are going to give you $150,000 in funding? Again, we're playing the game to win. That's all we do, and we're just playing it to win. We're playing it to get our foot in the door, and I try to tell y'all that about the trucks and the housing. You're playing the game to win, so once you possess that truck, once you possess that rental property, once you change, you are a different type of application. Because 90% of people are coming there with them applications. And again, if you want to pull this for practice, you can go to Navy Federal's website. You can probably go to Bank of America, any website, and I want you to pull off a loan form. And the loan form, you'll see on there, it'll ask you on the second page. Now, this is for people asking for more than $25,000. People asking for less than that, you don't have to fill it out. Beep game, okay? So over $25, when you ask for more, it'll ask you what's your assets, what's your liabilities, what you own. It starts asking you all these questions that are very, very asset based, and a lot of people don't fill out. Even they have a section that says insurance policy. Now, I told y'all years ago when I got $1 million insurance policy, I went to the bank. The lady said, "Honey, you're only 20 something. You got $1 million insurance policy?" I said, "Sure do, ma'am. Just in case something happens to me, so my mom and them can cover up and close down the businesses." She said, "That's you're on it. You're being serious." And I do. It checks, because you got all these 40, 50-year-old people running around with no insurance, wanting to start companies with no insurance, no personal insurance, no health insurance, no will, no testament, no nothing. And again, now some people say, "Well, Erica, insurance is very expensive for me." Yeah, it's expensive when you like 50 years old and you haven't took care of your health, but you could have got insurance when you were 20 and in good shape. These two different things, right? And hit dog taller. So if y'all mad about that, you can be mad. But at the end of the day, I'm just trying to show you that if you can just play the game enough, all we're trying to do is get your foot in the door. The ultimate goal, all of you who are in the funding course, you hear me say it repeatedly in the videos. Your goal is possession by any means necessary. And once you possess it, you're in a different category. You're in a different level. You are now a different type of business owner. You are now a different type of application client, right? But a lot of times what people are trying to do is, when I talk to them, they're like, "Man, I'm just trying to quit this job. I'm trying to quit this job." And I'm like, stop. You've been at that job 5, 10, 15 years. Go apply for all the money you need first before you quit that job. And some of you are almost like, I can't do two things, Erica. I need my schedule completely clear for me to start this new thing. That's retarded. I get it. Your brain can only handle so many different functions. But do you know how many millions of people I see working at night to grow their business? And you're telling me you have no brain capacity? Listen, I understand. Some of you have very complex jobs. I've talked to one or two of you who are doctors. And I salute you. And what did I recommend to those two doctors when they talked to me on the phone? Let's go find you some solid people in that marketplace you're trying to invest that you can are worthy of you dropping money with, so that you can what? So that you can be in there and not have to change your whole mindset to start worrying about real estate while you're trying to be a whole doctor. Like that, that's a lot. And again, the money is just to buy. It's just to buy you assets. The money you make when y'all at these jobs is paying $10,000 and $15,000 a month. This is not for you to stunt. This is not for you to move to bigger houses. It's not for you to get more cars. This is for you to take at least a good $2,000 to $5,000 and throw it somewhere. And listen, I'm guilty of lifestyle creep too. There was a time where I was like, I don't have bills over $3,000. Now I'm like, oh, where these extra bills come from? I'm just creating stuff. But it's lifestyle creep. It happens to all of us. But you got to tell me on a piece of paper, what's your overall mission and your overall goal? If it is to possess some rental properties, to have some type of financial freedom at the end of the rainbow, then you got to play the game. And really that nature, when I talk to people and they got that, I'm going to buck the system no matter what you've just told me, nature, that is a person who is rebellious. Rebellious only to their own self, because at the end of the day, you're hurting you. You're not hurting me. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, again, people, I don't understand. Like, you're hurting yourself and not me. Now, prime example, there was somebody in Glendon's live who said they had an LLC, but the LLC ain't made no money and they ain't trying to pay no taxes, right? And they were worried about it. And I'm like, Okay, you have an LLC for multiple years, it has done nothing. If you guys are in my funding course, if you're in the basement, income starts from the basement, or freedom starts from the basement, and a couple of my other courses, I tell you guys, I'm like, take $1,000 or $2,000, loan it to your new LLC, and let that new LLC buy a tax lien, let it buy a certificate, let it buy something on Robinhood, let it buy something, let it go on. There are several of these like websites I've done in the Smartphone Millionaire book. You can let your company buy assets. So at least you're right now, the company's doing something productive every year and every month. Because I get it. A lot of you, what you've done is you heard somebody say, hey, I need a home-based business. And I'm going to take this home-based business and I'm going to write off all these things on all these expenses. And I'm going to save all this money. Me and my wife going to save all this money. Again, that's you being cheap, not frugal. Because you're trying to look for a shortcut and not a new life. You dig? Frugal would have been like, let's start this home-based business, but let's figure out some things we can do to make it make money so it's in the positive. Cheap is where you're like, let's write off everything. Let's get back all the money we can. Okay, now you wrote that stuff back and you to get some money back off your taxes, but what did you do with the money once you got it back? You dig? It's like you're half playing the game. It's like you want to play it enough to get some money. But then to do what with the money? It's very short-term thinking. And that's what I don't like about it. It's very short-term and it doesn't help you. It harms you in the long run, right? It just does. Because what happens is you get to the 5-year mark where the IRS will go, okay, well, every year this business has not made money. It's lost money. So is this a hobby? You're getting ready to be marked a hobby. Because usually by the 5-year mark, you've figured out something to make some money in, right? Right? Or you should be in a position where you're, and you know, Glennon was showing you guys, I think in the last couple videos, I've been like traveling with FitCon, but I'm pretty sure he's been showing people where he's funded his business from his other business. You can do that as a person. As a person, you can fund your business. You can loan your company money. This is a legit thing. Again, don't believe Erica. CYA, consult your attorney, consult your accountant. You can write up documents right now in Rocket Lawyer and loan money to your brand new business to be paid back over how many ever months and years, either at 2% interest, 10, whatever you want. This is very common. People do this all the time. That's how do you think these boys with all these credit cards, they're not going and just getting a cash advance off the credit card. That's why some of y'all need to be in some of these groups, because y'all hearing half of it, right? They want to manufacture sin and pull money off the credit card, but then they're like, well, what do I do next? Well, first of all, if you use the transfer checks, that transfer check, you should have been using that money to do what? Fund your LLC. If this is a personal credit card, you want to use it again. CYA, consult your attorney, consult your accountant. I'm just telling you, you know, what I've personally done and what other people have done in my Facebook groups to fund that business. Not to fund vacations, not to fund parties, not to fund trips. I fund my lifestyle, Erica. No. It is to fund the startup of this new business. So again, there's a lot of little things, and I call them frat boy. I can call them frat boy kind of entrepreneurship, but they do work. I mean, again, Shopify, ticket resale, where you have all these music concerts, people buy a certain amount, and then they mark it up 50% or 100%, so they get double their money back at the end of the month. You know, I call those frat boy businesses because you can pretty much do that in your pajamas. You pretty much do it from a laptop and then just travel for the rest of the month and enjoy your life. And look back on Ticketmaster and some places to resell over the month, right? Day trading. I mean, a lot of people, when I put a post on Instagram, like, what would you do with $10,000? Immediately people are like, oh, I day trade, or I pay off some bad debt, I do this and that. And I go, $10,000 is $1,000 for 10, you know, you save off to the side for 10 months. Or you could save $800 a month. I mean, there's a lot of different things that, even if you listen to videos I've done with Terry, go back and watch those videos. Terry doesn't say you need $10,000. Terry says you need like $1,000 and adjust your expectations, right? I hope I'm making sense to y'all. But at the end of the day, the thing of it is, it's just like, it's a game, and if you learn that it's a game, Yes, you need tax offense. I get it. People trying to save money on their taxes, trying to start a home-based business to get some of their taxes back. That's important. But you also have to be on the offense, right? That's why I've hired a whole accountant firm to handle my stuff, because I'm like, y'all got to handle it. I'm not in NC. I'm in Austin, Texas. I'm from North Carolina, but I'm in Austin, Texas. My family is visiting me here in Texas because they're getting ready to buy a truck tomorrow. And I'll do a video as much as possible, record it, and send it to Kahari to put it together tomorrow. But, you know, at the end of the day, when I'm sitting here trying to tell y'all this and you're fighting me on it, it's like, okay, well, let's stack our credit cards against each other. Let's stack our business lines of credit against each other. I'm going to do a video pretty soon here where I show you, I guess I'm going to show the stacks of paper of all the different businesses I've been starting this past week. Because that's the only way people learn, is me. Is that better light, y'all? While I wait on my food. What's up? Here you go.
So you have the pasta Giorgio, the shrimp and scallop linguine with a couple lentils, Caesar, and look at you silverware and this.
Yep. Is it got one bread or two?
One.
They should be fine.
Okay.
We're splitting it among our fam, so. Let's do one more bread. You can charge me for it.
Extra herbs or anything or no? Just bread.
Yeah, add some extra herbs. Thanks. So, okay, let's see. It's almost a roadside pickup. Let me see what y'all been saying in here. I'm gonna scan this real quick. Y'all see this light? Y'all like this light? All right. I really appreciate this video. Team 48. We had an Erica Williams marathon this past week. Driving 8-wheel simulator today. Wow. Nothing worse than a cheapsteak. Erica Nicole, honey, do you know it'll damper your whole weekend with one cheapsteak? I'd be like, I'll pay for it. I can't take it. It's too cheap. Hey, Erica from Nashville, Tennessee. I'm trying to do a gig there. I'm trying to do a meetup there. Some kind of one day in Nashville pretty soon. Expansion theory mindset. Exactly. Hello from Raleigh. What insurance company should I look into? It depends on what's, I always say, you got State Farm, you got, I've been using, I actually have two different ones. I've been using Progressive, surprisingly enough, because what ended up happening is when I went for the trucks, I went for the name of a smaller boutique company, and then Progressive was their backer, their actual underwriter. So I didn't even realize I was Progressive, but I'm with Flow, I'm up working now. Nowadays, the address you use to register your LLC on the Secretary of State website has to match the address on your loan application, or you have to supply the business utility with that address. Thank you, Appliance Bootcamp. Please drop. I'm going to say it again because he just gave y'all a tool, because I've said this in several videos and also in several courses. Nowadays, the address you use to register your LLC on the Secretary of State website has to match the address on your loan application, or you have to supply the business with a utility bill. This is true. This is just true. I'm at work right now, and I'm working towards buying my own home. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm one of those weird YouTube people. She's probably like, why is this? YouTube? We're talking about business credit real quick. Okay. She's probably like, this lady in her car with a light. Like, okay. Have a good night. Always tip the to-go people, because they will go get extra stuff for free. Okay. Anyway, let me see what else y'all said. Cheapness does not equal abundance. Like, again, we did a video on minding the gap. Now, you should always mind the gap in how much money you're spending, how much money you're earning. That's essential, because you can't out-earn bad habits. If you got real bad habits, gambling, alcohol, drugs, you spend money, you can't hold on money because your legs start itching if you hold on to it, you need to figure out a plan, because you really, truly can't out-earn it. But again, Grant Cardone's like, you ain't got a spending problem, baby. You got an earning problem. Because the average person's making like $3,000 a month. There's only so much you can cut, but you can unlimitedly grow. I talked to a CPA today, and I was like, well, why would people write everything off and not pay a little fee to be able to take the tax return to get to the bank and get more? Ooh. There's a lot of reasons people be cheap. Business costs marketing. It does cost marketing. But again, what type of business are you in? What type of business are you trying to promote? Again, Facebook ads. Again, I'm saying this. Alex Becker says this, not me. If you ain't got $300 to spend on Facebook ads, to start off your business, then you shouldn't be in business. You should go make some more money. I'd like to set up a conference with you and a few speakers in the DMV. Well, Benny, get it set up. You get us about 15, 20 people there. LLC could be used to protect your assets. That's true. A lot of those frat boy businesses are barely even businesses, which is why those guys make more teaching around it. Okay, so Melvin, here's the thing. When I talk about some of those frat boy businesses, when you have like ticket resale, if you do the math, if you got like $100,000 in business credit cards and you're buying concert tickets, now not only are you getting points, what else are you getting? If you can double your money or make 50% on your money, what did you just make in a year? You're gonna make $200K, right? So again, it's enough to kind of break even. But if they're smart and they're young, again, a lot of these kids, that's why when y'all see me with these trucks, I'm like so hardcore focused on taking the truck money and putting it into real estate, taking the truck money and putting it to real estate. Like, it has to go. Like, no matter if you're making 20, 30, 40K a month on trucks, where is that money going? Money doesn't sleep, but it gets bored, baby, and it'll go somewhere on you. I get to that level, no BS about go take classes. Are tickets available for Dallas? They are available for Dallas on Eventbrite. And I'll put the links under this video. How long you been staying in Austin? I've been in Austin 5 years. So I'm going to turn this light off because I got to drive, y'all. So, and we don't want the popo stopping us. So, sorry, back to dark again. I'm going to see you in Dallas straight from Colleen. What's up? Good stuff. Come on through, man. Terry's also going to be in Dallas. So remember, the Dallas show has Terry. Terry's going to talk first. I'm going to talk second. It's talk about scaling your portfolio in stocks. And then I'm going to talk about scaling your portfolio with everything. Like, we're going to, and I might bring some surprise guests. I'm not going to tell y'all who yet. Then I'm going to be in Denver, October 5th. I've already sold, man, there's already like several people already bought tickets for that one. So thank y'all. I appreciate all the Denver folks. I salute y'all. Y'all doing good. Now LA, I'm going to have Oakland and I'm going to have LA. We're going to have the dates as soon as we can. But right now, I'm trying to schedule Detroit, Ohio. Where's the other places we were going? We were going to Florida. And there was some other place. We were going some other place. New York again. Hey, Tiffany, if you want to go to Atlanta and you want the discount, hit me up on Instagram. And send me your email and I'll send you the discount. You know what? Hey, you ask more, you get more. Ask more, get more. Why not? That I can grant that wish. But Atlanta's gonna be hot, man. What about Chicago? I'm thinking of how to do Chicago. Chicago's difficult to do. But I probably will do Chicago as well. I mean, it's got to make sense. I mean, until I buy a rental there, it don't make sense. But all the places you see me talking are places I bought rentals or have some type of investment. California ain't got nothing because y'all laws is whack. But as far as like trying to make something move in Denver, trying to make something move in Las Vegas, trying to shake something together up in every city you see me going to, there's a reason I go there all the time. There's a reason I go there all the time. Connecticut, won't you come to DMV, Connecticut? Or New York. Those to me make better sense. Are these people... So no, listen, when I put these events together, you could be a person who hasn't even started your business yet, and you're going to get a ton of value out of this, and then you also come for the people in the room. Now, I keep talking to y'all a lot of stuff about going to these events. Like the whole FitCon video, once Kahari puts it together, I need to drop a couple videos for tomorrow while I'm on the road. Kahari is going to put it together, K-Rock. A whole thing at FitCon is every time I try to go to the bathroom, they'd be like, hey, Erica from Classic Climb. Erica. And I'd be like, oh, who's this? And I'd stop and talk. And I would miss Tim Schmoyer. Do y'all know who that is? Tim Schmoyer is like the #1 most popular guy on YouTube. He was in a room talking. I went to go to the bathroom, couldn't come back for 30 minutes. So missed half of his speech, which I felt bad, but I was like, that's what Virtual Pass is for. I can go back and watch these speeches. But I come to the events for the people. I'm going to be able to quicker, faster, in a better manner get $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 and connect with somebody, and we go buy a truck tomorrow, or we go buy a house in their city tomorrow. Somebody even offered me an IT deal the other day when I was at FitCon. They're like, hey, they're getting ready to do this startup. Now, many people say, well, how do you be one of those first round angel investors in startups? These events, these events right here that I am going to. These events. Now, there's a guy in Dallas. I'm going to try to reach back out to him. He had an ideal for IT with golf. And at the time, I didn't have the resources to help him. But if he'll come back in contact with me in Dallas, I will try to find somebody in Afrotech that will connect with that brother and get that thing going. Because once I thought about it from more, I'm like, that's a moneymaker. Let's connect back again on that, because that sounds like a moneymaker. But that's the thing. You're not going to get, you're not going to, even if you haven't started, a lot of these seminars and conferences I'm talking to y'all about going, it's the people in the room that you need to connect with. Yes, you need the information. Yes, you need to get started. Yes, you need to start. But I've literally had people start a business and then later go get LLC. Later go get all that paperwork. Now, do I recommend it? Not always. But they are seeing if an ideal is viable. That's what they're doing. They're seeing if an ideal is viable. But that's how you do it. And then, like, if you've got the book Smart Millionaire, and I get it, everybody's talking about there's errors and typos, but did you get the information out of the damn book? All right. Now, the lady I'm working with, she's gonna fix it. In volume 2, we're gonna add probably like 30, 40, 50 more pages to it, because there's just so much that's happened over the past year. But at the end of the day, most of these people are always complaining, but did they do the shit in the back of the book I told them to do? Have they gone and bought businesses? Have they gone and tried to buy stuff off Empire Flippers? Have they tried to do all these different investments? Because they could have been more busy buying their freedom than complaining about the book had errors and typos. But that's just how people are. I knew that was going to happen. And I was like, look, I threw this together in like 2 days. Of course it's got errors. Of course it's got typos. So what? Did you even do 10 to 20% of what I told you in the book? They didn't. I'm trying to put it out for Christmas. But I'll ask Cindy how long it'll take, if it can be done fast. If not, then, whatever time she tells me it's done, that's when I'll put it back out. And I'll update the edition that you get off Amazon and everything. I'll do some giveaways too, just because, But there's like 2 other books I wanted to write, but because of all that backlash, I was like, ugh, all that backlash. Ooh. But that's just how it goes. That's just how it is. Whenever you step out and you say something or do something, people are gonna be like, Erica, yeah, your internet videos are amazing, but that book was shit. And I'm like, did you do anything I told you in the book? Have you started buying businesses? Have you started buying websites? Have you started, there's so many little things in there that I put that if they did half of them, if they just did 2 or 3 out of the book, they'd have been winning. So I just was like, all right. We had basically, 7,000 people buy a book, and I only got like 40 different reviews. And of course, the 40 reviews are half of them are negative. So it's like, I think I got even 30 reviews, less than that. So I'm sitting there like, 7,000 people bought a book. So clearly a lot of people liked it. They ain't leaving no negative review. So it's one of those things. You hear stuff like that and you have to like take it on the chin and keep it moving. But at the end of the day, are you guys playing the game? And to play the game, there was a lady at the boat party dinner, and I'm kind of mad Kari didn't record it, but she literally said, hey, I don't own anything. And when she started talking, we're like, yes, you do. You got an online business. You got an offline business. You got investments. You own things. You are going in the right direction, because that's where you need to be. The person that ain't got no businesses, no online stuff, no nothing started, they need to be concerned. And the reason people, Matt, I love Matt, the mortgage guy in New York. You've seen me at his events, his wealth workshop, the event in Houston. A lot of the stuff he's saying is F the recession. What's your game plan? You should already have a game plan. And if you're working your game plan, yeah, recession matters, but not as much as you think. Now, there's a great book Grant Cardone wrote called If You're Not First, You're Last. And he wrote it at the last recession, where simply he was just like, there's a couple different techniques for how you're going to grow, because if everybody stops marketing, and I have this feeling this is going to happen before Christmas. If everybody stops marketing and you're still marketing, guess what? You're the biggest person out there, right? Because they see you all the time, right? When people are like, Erica, why would you buy TV ads? Why would you buy radio ads? Because if everybody is quitting on those things, and every time they turn on the car, they're like, damn, there's that damn Erica again. You're the big dog. I can tell you right now, from my small hometown, there is Nelson & Nelson Chiropractic. Nelson & Nelson Chiropractic. If anybody's from Fayetteville, North Carolina, or Raleigh, North Carolina, because Nelson, they made so much money they were able to move up there. It is 2 brothers. One was tall and blonde, one was bald. And they did the most obnoxious commercials. They bought every single radio ad you can think of. And they had a jingle, Nelson and Nelson Chiropractic Center. We care for you. Everybody and their mom, you would have thought they were superstar doctors. They were chiropractics. And they rose to multi-millionaires because they had did what? When the radio was cheap, they were buying it up. When the TV at night, every damn commercial at night on regular TV was their commercial on the little local channels. And I ended up looking how much would it cost for 500 commercials. It was like $80. No, it was 80 commercials for $500. But most of the commercials did what? Played at 6 p.m. to 12 p.m. at night. So they would play over and over and over. If somebody sat on the couch and saw your commercial 5 times, don't you think they're gonna recognize the jingle? Now y'all say, oh, people don't be listening to TV like that, Erica. People be millennials under 38. The day my mom was trying to figure out my Roku, so she would gladly just watch regular TV if given the option, and watch commercials if given the option. But that's the thing I'm trying to get y'all to see. If y'all play this game enough, that even if you have a game plan and the recession happens, you're the one person still buying radio ads for cheap, buying TV ads for cheap, buying whatever. You could buy a whole page in the local newspaper if you want it. I wouldn't recommend that. I would recommend you strongly stay with TV and radio, because there are things people hear and see, and people are very much visual learners, right? Something that I tell people, that's depending on who your audience is or what you're selling. National Geographic, I have a lot of stay-at-home mom friends they watch that all day. That's all they watch is the National Geographic, because it's something their kids can watch and they can play in the background, have to worry about anything. And the commercials in between are big boy commercials. You just know it, right? So I just want to get y'all head wrapped around that fact that you guys have to play to win, right? If you're gonna play this game, don't half-ass it. Like, really play to win. Play to get out here and go, you know what? Not only am I gonna follow the steps, because I laugh so hard even in that group where the guy is talking about how to he's got like 10 businesses where he got 100,000 to 150,000 in funding. He used to work as a personal banker. People are still like, do I have to do that? Do I have to do that? Do I have to? Johnny P, why are you still here? I'm hiding you from the channel because you have come here multiple times on some ridiculous shit. And here's the thing, you're confused. You keep watching the channel. You keep watching the videos. You keep coming and commenting. You're not a troll. You're somebody trying to learn, but trying to get attention. So I've just hit you from the channel. Have a great life. All right? But at the end of the day, that's really the problem. A lot of people want to be cheap. They want to cut corners. No, I can do it cheaper here and there. And it just is what it is. Like, if you're not first, you're last. If you're not advertising, as people go down, you're gonna go under. People are bombarded every day with different ads. But I remember literally sitting in the car and be like, Nelson and Nelson Chiropractic. I mean, like, I could literally sing it without a hiccup because you'd hear it all day. There is a car ad here in Austin, Texas that you will hear all day. And people think, well, car ad, why would I spend money on radio ads? Because radio ads are still powerful. Radio ads still work. People commute in their car an hour to 3 hours a day. So they still work. They're still powerful. And if you don't believe that, and even right now, Stripe and PayPal, I don't know if you guys have been noticing, but you guys see here, I keep dropping little gems for different loans y'all could use. Stripe is now offering, if you've hit a certain number in your account, you can get your money in minutes. Right to your business debit card in minutes. Right like this now. Because why? Because if you got money moving in your account and you have to wait 2 days, people get annoyed by that. I gotta wait 2 days. Well, I'll just use PayPal. Nope. So Stripe's like, guess what? We'll take 1% of your money. You can get the money right now in minutes. You can send it to you. And also, you gotta think, all these drop shippers, all these wholesalers, all these people buying stuff from China, they've been needing that money right now, real quick, fast, in a hurry. Yep, you can market your book. Yep. Libraries, exactly, all kind of stuff. That's the thing, getting it when you get your books properly done, you can do that. Also, Phil Pusiowski, even though we make fun of him, his ad is always playing about his book that he's giving for free, but really you pay $5 for it and they ship it to you. So he's sold thousands of books. Same thing with, the guy with the slick back hair, Dan, something with glasses, and he would do late night infomercials. He made millions off of that. He got divorced. First wife got half. Now he getting married again with all that money from book money. And then I told y'all about QuickBooks, and y'all sitting there fighting me about QuickBooks, and I'm like, if you go get a QuickBooks account, you can literally, if you got a QuickBooks account, you can literally get loans for just managing your information. So, oh, thank you so much, Gerard. Yeah, being recession proof. The name of the book is Smartphone Millionaire, and I've been holding that book up for a year, and I thank every single person who bought a book, and as I fix it, part 2, all that. Yeah, I'm gonna write more. I mean, there's just so much in this journey that's happened that I want to share with people. But again, the moral of this story is don't be cheap. Follow the process, work the process, fill it out. When it comes to these credit cards and starting your business and getting the LCs, like, it's just moving with the motion. You just got to know how to play the game. And if you play the game enough, just enough, you get $100,000 to $150,000. Come on. So, Satin, most people get QuickBooks online if you go on the web page. But you literally could do QuickBooks for your personal. And QuickBooks is still doing that for people with personal. People with high income, that's recording it. And really what you're doing is you're just tying your bank account to it, and you update the bank account weekly, monthly, whatever you want, up to every day, whatever you need to do. But that's what a lot of these Shopify guys, these website guys aren't telling y'all. And I sit here and tell y'all for free, and I realize people don't respect free. The only reason they respect it is if you put in a course or make people pay for it. And that's what I realized. I'm like, people don't care. If I'm talking for free, they don't care. So that's why I was like, let me do these workshops. And I don't want to do just meetups for free, because if I do a meetup for free, 50 people sign up, but 25 people show. And that's very common for meetups. So when people pay, they show up. Even if it's a cheap amount, they show up and they'll get whatever they need answered. So, but we'll do another video. I'm getting ready to drop this food to the fam. So, later.